Rob here from Unimedia, and in this video we are going to be making our homepage mobile responsive. Stay tuned. At Unimedia, we help companies to grow and thrive using the latest tools, tricks and marketing techniques. From websites to online marketing, automated sales funnels, social media and much more. We're always releasing new content on our YouTube channel, so make sure you click the like, subscribe and notification button to make sure that you don't miss out. Just before we get going, I want to tell you about an exclusive offer we have on at the moment. We're giving away free access to our paid Hub platform to the first 50 people that click the link in the description. We're going to be putting this link in the description of all of our videos, so make sure that you get in there as quick as you can. Within Hub, we have created over 100 training videos in 13 courses, including a course on how to build a website using Elementor. You'll also find recorded webinars and a host of other free content, so remember to click the link in the description. Let's get on with the video. Hello, in this video, we're going to make the navbar, homepage and footer that we made in the previous Let's Build video mobile responsive, and that includes on tablets and mobiles. Just quickly, I'm going to go over to the Elementor settings here on the left. And I'm just going to show you under style, this is where we can change the tablet breakpoint and the mobile breakpoint if we wanted to. The breakpoint is basically when browsers should display the website in tablet mode or mobile mode. You can change these to whichever settings you want. These are the Elementor defaults, and that's what I'm going to be working with in this case. So let's go and make our navbar mobile responsive. And please do not be worried about this video. It's really easy. Elementor is so good at helping us create mobile responsive websites. So let's start with making our navbar mobile responsive. Let's go to templates on the left. Now for some reason Elementor is not showing any templates here, but if we click all, we can see in the brackets that there are 3 templates that we've made. If I click all, we'll have the templates here. We're going to start with the navbar, so all we have to do is click on that and then edit with Elementor. So the preview that we have here is for desktop, and if we just hide the side panel, that is how our navbar looks on desktop computers. If we open our side panel up, and if we go down to the bottom here, we've got the responsive mode. Now if we change this, we can change it to tablet and mobile. Let's first look at tablet. So if we select this, we can see this is how our navbar will look on tablets. Now obviously we have to take that with a pinch of salt because breakpoints can be different depending on the tablets that people are viewing them on, but generally this will cater for many of them. So we can see that there are a couple of issues here. Our social media icons are bunched up, our logo is reasonably small, and there's a lot of space around our burger menu here, and it also opens up a little bit strangely, and I think that's because of the vertical alignment. So we can have a look at that in a moment. So let's open up our side panel. And first of all, I think we need to even out these columns. So the size or the width of these columns is inherited by the desktop preview. So we need to even these out. And I think we'll just start with a very simple 33% for each. Then we can go from there. Now actually that kind of works for me. I think that's made it a lot nicer already just by doing those few things. So the next thing I want to look at is this vertical alignment issue here. I think this is because I've vertically aligned the items on the to the bottom, but I want them now actually to be on the top. And it's worth noting that when I change the vertical alignment, if I just go into the section settings with the 6 dots, if I change vertical alignment, this will apply to every preview mode. This doesn't have separate values, if you like. So if I vertically align to top then, and while I'm in this view, we can see that our minimum height here has a little tablet picture. If we select that, we can actually flick quickly through other modes. If we see this, it means we can have a separate value for these on desktops, tablets and mobiles. This is why Elementor makes it so easy to create mobile responsive websites. And it's worth also noting that any changes you make in tablet mode or in mobile mode will only apply to that particular mode as well. So you don't have to worry about messing with the settings of the desktop. So now I've changed the vertical alignment then for the items in this section, and if I click the button, that works a lot better for me. I'd much prefer that. So let's go with that. So the next thing I want to look at is the size of our social media icons. They seem to be a little bit too big, especially when you compare it with our toggle button here. So let's change their size then by clicking the blue Edit Social Icons button here. On the left, our settings come up and we can change the size. And we can see that we're going to be changing the size for tablet mode. And I'm going to go for about 20. I think that looks like a very similar size. So yeah, I am happy with this. I think this works. I think maybe we could have a look at adding some padding. Again, we are in tablet mode. We're going to add some padding maybe in this section setting. So in advanced, just increase the padding and see what happens. Kind of brings them closer a little bit. I think maybe I'll reduce that slightly and maybe unlink them and remove the top and bottom padding. Yeah, I think that can work for us. So I think have a play around with these. It's worth noting that if you switch columns around, this will switch the columns on desktop and mobile view as well. So I've just swapped the burger menu with our social media icons. If I go up to desktop mode, we can see they have rearranged on here. The only way we could get around this is by duplicating this nav bar. We can then move the column back to our desktop view. So this is how we would want it in desktop. So we've got logo, menu, social icons. If we wanted it this way around for tablet, we could go to the section settings, go to advanced, responsive. We could hide this section here on tablet and mobile, and then we could go into the section settings of this new nav bar, go to advanced, responsive, and we could make this only show on tablet and mobile. So we could hide on desktop, and we see that it grays out. So if I now go down to tablet mode, the desktop one grays out, and we can see that we've got the burger menu on the right there. So that's how you could get around that. But I'm going to delete that. Let's forget about those settings for now. Let's just put that back to normal. And now I think we need to have a look at the mobile mode. So let's go down to our responsive mode here, bottom left, mobile. So this is what our navbar looks like on mobile. And there's a couple of adjustments I want to make here. We can see that our burger menu and our social media icons are on two different lines. And ideally, I think we should get these onto the same lines. So to do this, we can just think about the percentages. Our logo here takes up 100%, so that doesn't allow for anything else to be on this line or row, if you like. So these two columns need to be 50%. So I'm going to go into the edit column settings here. I'm going to go to column width, and we can see we're editing in mobile mode here. I'm going to change that to 50. And then I'm going to go to the edit column settings here for the social media icons column. And in column width, I'm also going to make that 50. So we can now see that we've got these on the same row. So now I think the kind of obvious issue we've got now is this sort of spacing around our burger menu. If I went into edit nav menu settings and go to content, if I was to toggle the alignment to left, this would also change it on my other preview modes, so desktop and tablet. If I go back to mobile, I think what I'm actually going to do, if I just put that back to center, is I'm going to hide the social media icons on mobile. This is because we do have them in our footer as well. And we are very limited to space on mobiles, so we need to kind of maximize the screen space. So to hide these on mobile, I'm going to go into the edit column settings. I'm going to go to advanced. Then in responsive, I'm going to hide on mobile. Now we can see they're grayed out. We won't be able to see these on mobile. So if I just hide the panel, we can see they disappear. If I go up to desktop or tablet, we can see they do return. Let's go back to mobile. And now I think I'm going to try and get our burger menu onto the same line as the Reliable Accountant logo. So let's start by making the logo 50%. Now we can see that we've got them on the same row. And if I hide the panel, this is what it's going to look like at the moment. So we're getting closer. Let's open the panel up. And I think we shall increase the logo column to, let's try 60. And then we need to change the column settings to 40 for the menu. Okay, that's looking much better actually. Let's close the panel and have a look. Yeah, I like that. So I think the last thing I kind of want to look at then is the white space underneath our elements. We need to make sure we've got as much screen space as we can to show our content. So let's have a look at the height of this section. If I open up the panel, let's go to the section settings with the 6 white dots. And in the minimum height, I know that if I go to desktop view, we set it to 100, and this will be passed down to tablet and mobile view if we don't put any other values in this. So in mobile, I'm just going to set this to 0. And when I hide the panel, we can now see we've made a lot more space for our content to show. So let's just interact with our navbar then, just have a look. And I've just noticed that this is bunched up. This is because our column width is here. So that isn't going to work for longer sentences like latest news and contact us. Let's open up the side panel, and to edit our menu, we just need to find the blue pencil, edit nav menu, and that'll be the full width settings here. So mobile drop down, full width, and we can see now that that looks much more presentable. Hide our panel again. And yeah, I think this is a good working mobile responsive navbar now. So let's just quickly toggle to our tablet. And again, it's full width, the menu here. Great. And up to desktop. And that still looks good. So we're happy with that. Let's click update. We don't need to set the conditions again because we've already done that in the previous video. If you did need to sort out the conditions again, you just have to find the arrow here where it says save options and go into display conditions. That will bring up the options, and you can then exclude and include and so on. Save and close. And now I think we need to go and work on making our homepage mobile responsive. So let's go to the burger menu at the top left, click exit dashboard, and then go over to pages. Click on home, then edit with Elementor. And we're going to do a very similar process. We just need to go to the bottom left, responsive mode, tablet. We can have a look at how our website is going to look on tablet mode. And there's definitely some things we need to have a look at here. And then we are going to look at mobile. So let's go to tablet first. And I think the first thing we need to look at is probably the height of this first section. So let's go into the section settings. Let's go to minimum height and we'll toggle this. So I think let's probably just go up to about 500. Then I think this space divider is probably a bit too steep on tablet. So if we go to the style, down to shape divider, bottom, we can see that we can edit the height for tablet, and we just need to find a height that suits us. And let's go for 50. We need to remember that value because we'll also do the same to this one here. So that's the header. That looks great on tablet, I think. Let's have a look at it on mobile. And yeah, there's definitely something we need to do here. I think the first thing we need to look at is probably the size of our title. So let's click on the edit heading icon and go to style, typography. And as we can see in the typography tool, we've also got mobile and tablet sizes. So let's go to REM and let's find a size that kind of works better. And I think we've found it at about 2 REM there. Let's close that. And let's look at the tilt again. So we can go to the section settings, shape divider, bottom, and the height. This time let's go to 25. And again, we'll remember this in a moment. So that is our header for desktop and tablet and mobile. That looks good. Let's go down to our about section. Let's go to tablet mode. And we'll look at the section tilt first. So let's go to shape divider in that. So edit section, style, shape divider, bottom, height. I think we first changed it to 50. And let's go to mobile view quickly because I know what that value was, and that was 25. So if we scroll down, we've now got a 25 value in there. Let's go back up to tablet mode. I can see that we need to add some padding underneath here, but the first thing I'm going to do is remove the margin settings that we did here, because this will allow for more space for the text to fill in and therefore bring some of the content up, and we may not need to then adjust the padding. So let's go into the settings for the text editor here. We'll go over to advanced, and obviously we don't have, the values aren't showing here because we haven't technically set any, but if I just go up to desktop mode, I can see that we put 37% on the right margin. So if I go down to tablet, let's just start with by putting 0 in all of the values. And we can see actually that's kind of evened it out already. Let's hide the side panel. And yeah, that looks fine actually. I think I will leave that as it is. So let's have a look at it on mobile quickly. Responsive mode at the bottom left, mobile. And it's remembered the margin settings that I set on tablet because it's inherited it from the previous screen size. And yeah, I'm happy with that. I think maybe on mobile we could add a little bit of padding just at the bottom to allow some space between the image and the shape divider. So let's just do that. Edit section, go to advanced. Let's just scroll down so we can have a look. Let's put 3% in because I know that's the value that I set at desktop level. So now I know that the padding here matches the same padding that will be on the rest of the site. So 3% on the sides at least, and also the top, but it's the bottom I want to focus on. So let's unlink the values, go to bottom, and now I can just focus on stretching that. I think we'll just go with 12. Yeah, I think that looks good. Great, so as we can see on mobile, we've got a header and we've got an about section, both mobile and tablet responsive. Let's go back to tablet preview and have a look at our services. So I think it's quite clear that we've got some tidying up to do here. I think we'll start with the sizes of the titles. Let's see if we can try and get these onto 2 rows each, but a matching size value. So let's go into the edit heading settings here, and in style we'll go to typography tool, REM, and let's see what we can do here. So I know that I can take this title up to about, let's go 1.5 for now. And if I copy and paste that style onto our tax accounting heading here, that works. That actually works quite well. So that's on 2 rows as well. And we'll do the same on the accounting packages. And by the way, when you paste the style, it's going to apply the styling from mobile, tablet, and also desktop. So those headings are now on 2 rows each. So that's good. I think I might have set myself a challenge here because the text amounts are slightly different. So let's see what we can do about this. See if we can get the buttons to move up to the same height. So let's go to REM in the text here and see what we can do. Let's see what one does. So let's copy, paste style, and paste style. So we're really close there, but I can't take it any less than 1 REM because it just you won't be able to read it very well. So I think in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at trying to get these onto their own rows. So to do this, I'm going to go to the edit column settings here, and I'm going to change the column width to 100. Then I'm going to right click, copy, and I'm going to go down to tax accounting, and on the column, I'm going to right click and paste style. I'm going to do the same to this column. And now if I hide the panel, we can see we've got our services in 3 nice cards. So we've had to adjust the layout of this because of the amount of text that I've been using. It wasn't possible to get 3 columns and nicely align the buttons and the text. But actually, I think this looks quite smart. So let's open up our side panel and have a look at mobile. And we can see that this has inherited the settings we put in just now for the tablet mode. And actually, again, these look pretty good. I'm quite happy with those. One final thing about these services then is now I've created this space, I can increase the font size back up. So I'm going to go into the font size typography and I'm just going to up that. Let's go just to 1.1. If I go to 1.2, I'm going to have this stranded word here. So I'm going to go with 1.1, copy, paste the style onto that text. And I'm going to paste the style onto that text as well. And actually, I think we may as well explore 1.2 for that one. They need to be the same, 1.2. And I think we may just have to suffer with that one. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. We'll leave it at that. So let's go and do our call to action then. On tablet mode, I'm fairly happy with that, but I think let's see if we can get the heading onto one line. So edit heading, button here, style, typography, REM, and let's see what we can do. And let's go with 2. Let's close that. So I want to make sure that this text is the same size as the text above, just so that the page matches. I'm just going to copy this text. I'm going to paste the style, and of course it changes color, but I'm just going to change that back to white in the style settings. There we go. So okay, I'm happy with that. That's now matching with that. The call to action I think works fine. We'll leave it as it is. Let's go down to mobile view and see how it looks. And I think what I want to do is try and get this onto 2 lines. If I copy the accounting package here, paste that style, I then have it on 2 lines, and I'm just going to go into the blue edit settings here. I'm going to change the color to white. And actually, because this is a call to action, I think I can probably get away with making this font slightly bigger. So let's go up to about 2. Let's hide the panel quickly and have a look. Great, so we've got our packages, and then we've got our call to action. And yeah, I think that works for us. Let's open up the side panel, and now we need to look at our blog posts. Now on mobile, this actually probably looks okay. I think we'll have to go with that. There's no way we could get 3 columns of the post. So I think this is the best solution for that. But let's go up to tablet mode quickly and have a look at this. I think what we're going to do is try and get these on 3 rows in this case, I think. I think we can probably get that to work. So let's go to the blue pencil and edit posts. And all we have to do is on tablet mode, we just need to make the columns go to 3. That's definitely better. Let's see if we can change the spacing between the cards on tablet. Let's go to style, and we've got columns gap here, and it looks as though that these settings apply on both desktop, mobile and tablet, as we don't have the little icon showing. So if I just reduce this slightly to 20, let's just go up to desktop mode quickly and have a look how that looks. So that still looks okay, and on mobile it should be fine because they're on separate rows. So tablet. Okay, if we had a large excerpt in these cards, they would stretch out and look a little bit strange, but because we don't have those, they aren't too bad. So we're going to move on to the next section, I think. Let's scroll down to our contact us form then, and in general, I think on the tablet mode, this works pretty well. We could perhaps play around with some padding, maybe on the columns or the on the section, but actually I think this looks perfectly fine as it is. So let's have a look at it on mobile. And okay, we definitely need to do something here. And it looks like it's probably a margin thing. So let's go up to desktop mode and have a look at what we have done. So in the margins, we've got 8, 16, 8 and 16, and we've got padding of 6% all the way around. So let's go back down to mobile, and we'll just start with evening out the margins. Let's change to 0. Great. So let's just change the percent quickly. Again, 0. Let's now just slowly increase the margins. Let's probably only go up to about 7% there. I also want to reduce the size of this heading, and I want to make sure it's just the same size as our accounting package here. So let's just copy and paste the style on that heading. In fact, actually, it probably could be a little bit bigger, so we could probably go up to 2 rem. I think that was the size that we used in the call to action. Great, and that reminds me, I think if I just copy the style here and paste on our latest blogs, we do need to apply that to there. Great. So yeah, I think, again, this can work. So let's hide the panel, and we have a contact form here that can definitely work for us. So let's just go through it on tablet. Let's open the panel, go to tablet mode and hide the panel. Let's scroll down. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think that works. Perhaps we could look at increasing this heading to 2 rem, and probably the same for these as well, actually. Let's just quickly do those so they stand out a little bit better. And I know that some of you are probably following along and probably rolling your eyes, oh, you've gone back and changed. But that's the whole point of web design, really, is it's going through and trialing the different settings. And actually this looks a lot better, and let's do the same to the latest blogs there. Let's just change the font size to 2. Great, and I think we need to also do it on tablet mode here for the contact us. There we go. So I think that looks pretty good in tablet mode. Let's go down to mobile quickly. Let's just scroll to the top quick. Don't forget, we've also got our mobile menu here, which looks great. So let's scroll through. About us, our services. We've got the call to action, we've got our blog posts, and then we've got our contact form. So that leaves us with a footer that we need to sort out on mobile as well. So let's open up the side panel. Let's click update and jump over to the footer. So let's go to the top left burger, exit to dashboard, and then again we need to go back over to templates. We can find our footer in all, and there it is. So let's click on that and then edit with Elementor, and here it is in desktop view. So as we did before, let's go through tablet and then we'll go through mobile. So bottom left, change the responsive mode to tablet. And to be honest, this actually isn't too bad, but I think we do still need to get you used to changing the column widths and things for different modes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this column on top of 3 columns. So we just have to go to our edit column here, and we need to think about what percent this needs to be in order to make sure it's not on the same row as others, and that is 100%. Let's now go into the edit column settings of these columns here and change these to 33%. So we definitely have an alignment issue here. We need to centralize these and probably reduce the size of the logo as well. So let's now go into the edit image settings. Let's align it on tablet to be center. And in style, let's just have a look at the width. Let's go for 25%. Let's go down to the social media icons, go into the settings. Let's align center, and we can see we're doing that on tablet mode. And that looks really smart. This is coming together, I think. So now let's go down to our text editor and do the same. In style, we're going to go to center. And yeah, that looks pretty smart. So I think we could probably have a look at this sort of extra space here and close this up just to make it look smarter. And I think it's better that we bring this text in line with this address and the same here. So I think let's align everything to the top. So let's go to the column settings of this one, go to vertical align top. Obviously nothing changes here because this is our sort of largest amount of content, if you like. You'll see what I mean in a moment. If I go to the edit column settings of this column, we'll go to vertical align, go to top, and now that moves the text up and it's now in line with this text editor. So that looks a bit smarter, and we'll do the same here. So edit column, vertical line, top. Great. So I think that looks a lot smarter. We could try aligning. So maybe we could align the address here. Maybe we could center that. We could probably do the same for mission statement and important docs. And we could probably do the same as well for the text. So let's just go into the text editor, style and center for that text as well. And we may as well do the same for this. I have just noticed that the fonts for privacy policy and terms and conditions aren't the font that we want to be using. So I'm just going to quickly edit that. Obviously forgot to do that. So in typography, font family, Open Sans, and we want a weight of 100. So it just matches. There we go. So yeah, let's hide that panel. Yeah, I think that works for us. We do have a lot of empty space here, and when we could actually make it so that this column was 50%, this column was 50%. That way, those two would be on the same line, and then 50% for these two as well. But those are things that you can play around with. I'm just trying to teach you the techniques of how to change the layouts of your columns and things in tablet and mobile views. So let's have a look at this in mobile. So bottom right, mobile preview. And if we scroll through, it's relatively kind of what we need it to be. Maybe we'll increase the size of the logo. Let's click the blue pencil. Width, let's increase that a little bit. Let's just go to 50%. And yeah, I think that pretty much works for us. So let's click update. And I think what we'll do is we'll go back over to the home page, and then we can view this in all the different preview modes. So exit to dashboard. Let's go to pages, home page, edit with Elementor. Let's hide the panel and look at this on desktop. So we've got our nav bar, we've got our header, we've got our about section, our services, call to action, we've got latest blogs, and we've got a contact form and our footer. Open up the panel, bottom left, tablet mode. Let's hide the panel, and let's quickly scroll back to the top. Let's start from the top. So we've got our navigation bar with working toggle. Got our header, again, about us, nice even spacing. Our services on some nice presentable cards. We've got our call to action again, blogs, contact form, and our footer. Open up the side panel, let's have a look at mobile view, close it again. Let's quickly scroll up to the top. We've got our nav bar, again with our toggle, header, about us, our services, need a reliable accountant, call to action there. We've got latest blogs, contact form, and of course our footer as well. Congratulations for making it to the end of this video. You should now be able to make mobile responsive websites for tablets, desktops, and mobiles. That is quite a skill to have. Elementor has made it so easy, and although you may have just watched this video through once and you're still a little bit unsure, watch it through again and as many times as you like, and you will pick this skill up. It's an amazing skill to have. Now that you've seen these Let's Build videos, you can make as many pages, as many navigation bars and footers that you want. You can really make websites now. Put it to practice. You can make landing pages now as well. We do have a separate landing page course, so go and check that out. That's a really great way of making pages specific to your marketing campaigns. So well done again. Don't forget, when you have finished your work, always click the green button, and we will see you in the next video.